Good day.
Happy Friday Eve.
It is Friday Eve. You look on Friday Eve.
Yes.
Friday Eve. It's Curt and Jen in the morning. This is our podcast and video cast. That's it, right? Pod and video?
Pod and video.
Okay.
We do it every weekday morning for your listening and viewing pleasure.
And we're just really here to entertain ourselves. So
I mean, we do a good job of that.
There's that part as well. So thank you for being here today. Lots of great stuff coming up on the program.
Including?
Did you know that goldfish crackers are not actually goldfish?
I know this story, Curt, but this is funny, actually.
Yeah. There's a college that is being forced to change its logo because it's in cursive. And evidently the kids can't read cursive.
I mean, it's real fancy cursive, too.
Major movie star. Well, both of us like this movie star, too.
A lot.
Yeah, who is retiring from making action movies. And evidently we've been doing it wrong. And you're like, what have we been doing wrong? Inserting garbage bags into garbage cans.
But have you? Been doing
I
it
disagree
wrong?
with this, but it's going to be fun to share. We also, as always, showed up and gave us your irrational fears. We're going to share those as well today. And it's Attack of the Ronald McDonalds.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
Movie?
I mean, they've been in the news because of the E. coli, so that's not good. So is this different?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
This is a fun
All
one,
right.
I think you'll enjoy it.
All right. Here we go.
There is a baseball game coming up
Yeah. Small one.
tomorrow.
Small little one.
The first game of the World Series between the Dodgers and the Yankees. Tomorrow they're playing the first game in L.A. How about this for the price of entry this year? If you want to go see the World Series in person, average ticket prices as of Tuesday was $1,667.
Oh my gosh.
On the resale site, yes. But can you...
I know someone that's going.
Did they pay $1,667?
I don't know, but he loves baseball so much that he probably would.
Wow. Well, you're into what you're into, and that's fine. It just seems that's...
Dang, a Rama.
I thought that they tried to control the price gouging and people that were, yeah, well...
Big games are only for the rich people.
I suppose so. So, do we have a favorite? Do we care about who wins the World Series this time?
I want the Dodgers to win.
Doesn't everybody...
The Yankees win all the time. Do the Dodgers have the Dodgers? When's the last time the Dodgers have won? Do we even know? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Mm-hmm. I like the underdogs to win.
Yes, and I think that the Dodgers maybe... I don't know if they're the underdogs this year, but for whatever reason, it's not that the Yankees always win. It just they're the Yankees. And it appears that their team is paid for with a lot of dollars. Well, all the teams buy their players,
They do.
Yankees in particular. All right. Go Dodgers.
This next story, this is a staple in my house.
Right.
And that is Goldfish crackers.
The lovely Pepperidge Farm Goldfish crackers.
But they're being renamed, rebranded, if you will.
And why is that?
Because they're trying to appeal to adults, and Goldfish crackers don't sound adult enough. So they're going to, for a very limited time, you can buy Chilean sea bass crackers. It's the exact same cracker. In fact, the packaging is the same. It won't say goldfish. It'll say Chilean sea bass.
And they posted a kind of jokey ad calling them more sophisticated and so adult.
Yes.
Now, I don't have an issue eating goldfish because
funny
they're...
too. You should go and watch it.
I don't have an issue eating goldfish because they're for kids. Then again, we eat a lot of cereal that's made for kids and we don't care.
It might be fun to have this limited edition bag that comes out next week for... they're selling a set amount each day at ChileanSeaBassCrackers.com, and that's next week.
Well, here's the deal as well, and I didn't know this until I read the story. Goldfish crackers, when they were invented in 1962 when they debuted, they were meant for adults, not kids. They were marketed as a new type of snack for bartenders to put out, and certainly you see them in a lot of bars. So they were originally intended for adults, but now they are going to be also marketed, I guess. What do you think?
I'm going to ask Macy about it because Macy freaking loves Goldfish crackers.
And she's 15?
She's 15.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it makes any difference in their sales.
Yeah.
But I think this is all just in good fun. I don't think that...
for sure.
Pepperidge
if you
Farm is
go
saying,
watch the ad, it is hilarious.
Lots of fun there. But enjoy your goldfish. And just so you know, even though the packages have changed temporarily, it's the same old goldfish that you know and love.
It's going to be one of those collector's items. You just know it, like Wheaties boxes.
And they're going to start selling on the secondary market for $1,667, right?
Exactly.
All right. Here's the college. Well, okay, college logos. You went to UW.
University of Washington. You went to University of Iowa.
Right. So the logo for UW is the big W, right?
Very easy.
Can you do the thing? The
Dubs up.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Dubs up.
You got to, yeah, that's the little hand sign. Of course,
Dubs up, yeah.
Iowa logo is just a big I. Well, apparently this is Washington College in Maryland. All right, this is an old college. We know that it's an old college because it's old.
I mean, yes.
All right, so here's the deal. Their logo.
Well, because it's old.
They're changing their logo because it incorporated George Washington's signature, and George Washington signed his name in cursive.
And kids can't read cursive because they're not taught cursive anymore.
They're not learning cursive these days.
And this is fancy cursive that George Washington's signature was.
What do they call that?
Very elaborate.
Why can't I think what they call that fancy?
Calligraphy?
That's the one, yeah.
It's not quite calligraphy. Kind of. I mean, it's... Anyway, they just changed the logo by adding Washington University underneath the actual signature.
So the cursive's not going away, but this is basically a subtitle on their logo because,
so people know what the heck.
We don't know if you know what the logo says, so here it is.
People know what the heck. Easy way to fix it. I love that they're still keeping the signature as part of their history.
Right.
And just adding in a block that says Washington
Here's what we are.
University. Yeah.
G-Dub.
Or Washington College. I'm sorry, it's Washington College.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
my mistake. Washington College.
And we still don't know why they stopped teaching cursive. Maybe they just got bored with it, or people were like, you know what?
Well, I just think people don't need it. And there's so much digital stuff. I mean, you have to pack a lot of learning in, and so they just...
And why would you need two ways to write English?
Fancy and non-fancy. Bougie and non-bougie.
Is
you
that
need
what
that
it
a lot.
was?
I have bougie clothes and non-bougie clothes.
Okay.
There's bougie food and non-bougie food.
I stand corrected. We should bring cursive back because we need a bougie way.
There's bougie films and non-bougie films.
I'm starting this.
Do it, because I just tried to segue into it.
This is a non-bougie film.
I would say it's non-bougie, but I kind of like it. I'm kind of here for it.
All right, here's the deal. If you are a fan of Jerry Springer and the Jerry Springer Show, there is a documentary on Netflix is coming out on the Jerry Springer Show.
It's a 2-part documentary called Jerry Springer. Fight, camera, action.
You love that.
And it's going to drop on January 7th. And I would say this. I didn't love the Jerry Springer Show. It was way too over the top. But everybody knew about it.
Right.
And everybody knew there was going to be drama on the show. And so I would absolutely watch this. He was part of our era, I feel like, growing up.
Well, he's part of my era because he was the mayor of Cincinnati before he became Jerry Springer on the TV person. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was the mayor for a short time. Well, I guess whatever a mayor's term is.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
no
that's what he was, and there was some controversy with his mayorship as well. But anyway, he's going to have his the documentary on Netflix. I what did I just say a few minutes ago? I have a hard time watching shows that seem to sensationalize. I'm going to say ignorance. Okay. Just to be fair.
He was king of that, and he did it in the best way, and he made such a name for himself. And it's a bummer that he is not going to be here.
Right. A lot of people like that stuff, and that's obviously it was a ratings juggernaut, as they say.
This in this article it says it's actually too bad Jerry couldn't be here to defend himself and potentially answer for his crimes. I don't know what they mean by that. There's dark truths.
As we hear from producers and ex-guests, a murkier picture begins to emerge of the destruction that the Jerry Springer Show caused, raising renewed questions about who is responsible and how far things should go in the name of entertainment.
I mean, that is gonna be entertaining to watch because we know what the show looked like from the outside looking in. So it'd be nice to have something on the inside.
It'll be entertaining for you to watch. I'm not watching it.
You're not?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I mean,
Jerry Springer died last year of pancreatic cancer.
Well, that's sad.
Super sad. Yeah. But that's why they're saying it's too bad he can't be here.
I see. I want to get your take on this, Jen, as a being married to a former cop.
Yeah,
and I know that the police are doing their best to reach out and do things with the community to basically, hey, we're just like everybody else. And, as one police officer that I know put it, he's like, well, unfortunately, the only time you usually see cops is in really harried situations and, running around with guns drawn, maybe, whatever. So this is a way to, open up the community. But the way that these Oregon police cops or police stations trying to do it may be, I don't know. Let me just read this to you. This is the Sherwood Police Department in Sherwood, Oregon. They want to do community building events with a twist. So instead of a coffee with a cop, which is what a lot of
That's
cities
a
do.
thing. That's a thing.
I guess Sherwood police host a Star Wars themed Coffee with the Force.
Coffee with the Force.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
So far so good, right?
Yeah. So they can come in costume.
Yeah. Now this part is good. The Coffee with the Force, people costume, stormtroopers, and Mandalorians join officers to greet at the local Dutch Brothers, your favorite coffee.
Well,
all right, one of
my
them.
daughter's
All right.
favorite coffee.
Now for Halloween, they're doing hide and seek with the cop, where armed and uniformed police officers will try to tag teenagers and adults as they run through a wooded park at night.
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's breaking the spirit of why they're doing this.
Well, when they say armed, I have a feeling they're armed with the laser tag guns or whatever. So the idea is drawing mixed reviews on social media. Really? A Facebook post about the event prompted hundreds of comments. Some saying the department's inventiveness was great. Others saying, you know what? This sounds life endangering. One person said, they call it hide and seek with the cops. I call it resisting arrest.
Oh, dear.
This person says, I'd like to go, but I like breathing.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so the police aren't going to put together something that's not safe.
Right. Apparently, they borrowed this idea.
I do worry about the concept. They borrowed it from who?
Well, I guess they borrowed the concept from hide and seek events hosted by other police departments in other parts of the country. But instead of the traditional childhood game where one group hides and another seeks, Sherwood's event will be a modified version of laser tag. Yeah.
It's of laser tag or of just tag?
I'm assuming it's laser tag. They're not going to tag them with actual guns.
Not with guns, but just like, hey, you're it, like tag.
I'm going to say it's probably laser tag.
All right.
That's why they're armed. Let me see. Participants who make it through the far side of the park will get a second wristband. When they have to make it back to the theater without being tagged, the result if they succeed, a prize from the police foundation.
I mean, that's kind of funny. That's like old school.
Mm-hmm. Officers can decide if they want to hide and just leap out and tag people or chase them through the park. Or maybe it is just tag with a touch tag.
I think it might be.
But why are they armed then? Why does it say armed and uniformed police officers?
Well, I feel like if you're a police officer out in the community, you need to be armed. I mean, that just like if something goes sideways.
Right.
And they're not going to use their guns.
Well, what's the chance of something going sideways with a bunch of people running around in a dark woods?
What are the chances?
A lot.
I mean,
Right.
I think also that we're so sensitive in society today. Everything is like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. So that's the bummer thing, because it could be a really fun event.
Well, I suppose I want to find out. Wait here. Matt said the officers' guns are going to be in their holsters like they normally would just if we were chasing a suspect. So maybe they're not. Yes, they're armed, but maybe
just like we're chasing a suspect. Oh my god! I don't know about this now.
Well, according to the cops, events like this build those relationships and humanize us as an agency and as officers with the community.
Okay.
Do we disagree?
I can't decide.
I mean, we disagree with this. We don't disagree with each other. I appreciate that they're trying to do a community building type of thing.
I mean, I like it, but I don't like it like, oh, it's going to be like we're chasing criminals.
Enough said.
Okay. Oh, I'm sad this person's retiring from action movies.
Well, he's pretty well known just for doing action movies.
I know, like you said, what else is he going to do?
Yeah, well, okay, we're talking about Liam Neeson here.
He's the guy that is known for the Taken movies.
Yes, I will find you. And I will kill you. There's a big part of that whole speech, by the way. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know he was 72.
This is funny. It says Liam Neeson has threatened to retire from action movies before, but this time he means it. Supposedly, Liam Neeson says, I'm 72. It has to stop at some stage. You can't fool audiences. I don't want my stunt double to be fighting my fight scenes for me all the time.
Okay, I appreciate that he fights his own fight scenes. That's cool.
Liam doesn't have an exit date. He says maybe the end of next year. I think that's it. Now, he did a great job, and of course, I'm a sucker for, as you know, I mean, I do like the rom-coms as light entertainment, but Love Actually, the holiday movie, he's in that and does a great job in that.
Well, he's
not chasing anybody. He's not trying to kill anybody in that one.
He did just finish remaking the film Naked Gun with Pamela Anderson. So those are funny lines, aren't they?
I've just
Naked Gun. No, you're not a fan?
Don't touch that. Oh, I'm a huge fan. Don't touch that movie unless it's the Zucker brothers doing it.
Well, maybe this will be good.
No.
I mean, Pamela says that he's got the chops.
Well, I believe that he's got the chops, but I felt the same way when they remade the Pink Panther with Steve Martin. It was like, leave it alone. You know?
All right.
It was terrible.
All right. Before he
moving on?
retires, for sure, there's another action movie that is coming out called Absolution, and it hits theaters November 1st, so it's just right around the corner.
All right. Liam Neeson.
We love you.
Don't remake the Naked
We love
Gun.
you, Liam.
I don't get it.
I will find you.
And I will kill you. All
Okay,
right.
I've talked about this before. I'm just going to tell
Really?
you this. Yeah, on the radio when we were back on the radio.
Okay. Well, this,
This has
some
been
people
a
might look
thing.
at this as a what do you call it? This is a hack.
It's a hack. But there's this gal that went viral on TikTok, of course, for claiming that we've been using trash bags inside out. So this is why I'm saying this is not new. I don't know why she went viral, but because it's been around. She says that you're supposed to put garbage bags in garbage cans like a hat. So instead of like opening them up and filling with air
Puffing
and
them
then
up.
pushing them in, you're supposed to put them in like you're supposed to put it on like a hat and then push it down.
So you would take out the garbage bag like it is,
Yes.
though it comes in the box or whatever, and just peel apart the top part.
Yep.
Right? And
Put
then,
it over the edges and then push it down into the garbage can.
so someone say that
as
that's
the
upside
liner.
down, but it turns out that the not the stitching, what would you call it? The
seam. The seam does look like it's
Designed to
inside
go
out.
that way.
Yes, for sure. But Hefty, the manufacturer of bags, they said everything straight. They said that actually is not true. You can use them that way, but you just need to make sure that your garbage can has room for air because air needs to escape
Right.
in order to maximize the space in your trash can.
That's true.
They said do it whatever way you want.
Well, they have the option.
Either way. It's
Like
just there's
cursive
not right way or
and
wrong
script.
way.
Now you have two ways to put your garbage bags.
But they did repost the video, and then I thought it was cute. They did repost the video. Said that there's no wrong way or right way to do it, and they actually did a little poll on that. Most people say they're sticking with the OG way, which is open
Full
it up,
air.
fill it with thin air, and push it down in the bit.
Pop, and stick it in.
Yep.
You wait and see. They're going to have to start putting directions on the back of the boxes on how to use garbage bags now.
We'll have to have two different kinds of ways.
I don't know if I like it.
Excuse me.
That's you.
Thank you. All right.
We go back to Australia for this story. Australia.
You've been pulling a lot of Australia stories recently.
That's because they do fun and weird things in Australia.
Okay, what is it?
And I like fun and weird things.
Okay.
This is, and I love this as a college prank or a high school prank, rather.
Okay, what is it?
So they're about, this is from a Catholic high school in Australia.
Okay.
At least 100 Catholic schoolgirls in Australia pulled a senior prank last week and stormed a McDonald's all dressed as Ronald McDonald. You should see the video.
As you'd imagine, employees were not loving it.
They're not loving it.
Loving it.
I think it'd be hilarious. He's like, you work one day and all of a sudden Ronald after
Yeah,
Ronald
why
after Ronald
would
comes
it?
in.
Why wouldn't that be fun?
There was an
I
old
would be
bit-
loving it.
David Letterman used to do old bits where he would take like 50 people that were dressed as Spider-Man and send them in like a Starbucks, just, as a random thing. I think it's hilarious. And
Me
it's
too.
also no harm, no foul, no damage, nothing.
Yeah, just fun.
Just
Good
fun.
old-fashioned fun.
So if you want to see the video of all these girls going into McDonald's dressed as Ronald, you can do that. Where's this thing?
Just Google it,
The
right?
Internet,
Just Google
right?
it
That
on
new
the
thing?
internet.
All
Yes,
right.
the World Wide Web.
Where are we on our song bumpers here?
I don't know.
I'm trying that one. Okay. We
What?
love this one.
What is your irrational fear? Your most irrational fear?
And we appreciate that you, and I think everybody knows.
Those
The response was
responses.
great, but I think everybody knows that I have this fear. I know it's unusual. I know I shouldn't feel that way necessarily. So that's where the irrational aspect of it comes in. And I'm going to share mine before we get into this. Did you give you some time to think of one? Do you have one?
I mean, I have so many. I have ones like, oh my God, I want to go over this bridge. What if there's an earthquake? And, those little things. What's
but
yours?
does that happen every time you go over a bridge?
No, I try not to dwell on that kind of stuff.
For whatever reason, and have you ever
Spiders,
Well,
probably.
some people, if you watch something like on TV, people like I can't stand blood or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. So if a scene comes up where there's a lot of blood or an operation, you turn
Yes.
away. Or you
What is
change
it? What is your irrational fear?
My irrational fear is being trapped in a really let's say for instance, and this has happened before, like there's a collapsed building or an earthquake, and they say
Yeah.
somebody was caught in this 2 by 6 foot area under a bunch of debris.
Oh, being claustrophobic in a small trapped space.
And even thinking of it, there was a story a few days ago we didn't do. You don't know this because we didn't do it, but a lady was hiking and her phone dropped in between a couple of boulders, and she reached to get it, and then she slid down in between the boulders, right? and she was trapped there upside down for about 8 hours.
Upside down?
Yeah, squished between.
That's a lot of blood to the brain.
There was. It took her a while to be able to walk again after they got her out because
Holy
her legs.
crap, man.
Anyway, even thinking about that gives me like, oh, I don't even, so we didn't do that story.
Because you were freaked out.
Honestly, physically
you out.
saying that and thinking about it makes me like a little.
Really?
Yeah. That's my
okay,
thing,
what
I
did
guess.
people say?
What did people say? There's a lot of great irrational fears.
Spiders is probably one of mine.
Jennifer starts with spiders. When I was a kid, my mom told me that spiders always traveled in pairs. If you find one in the house, another is nearby.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine being a 10-year-old at bedtime, finds a spider near her bed, and knows there's another one out there. Now, the truth of the matter is, I've read this. If you find a spider, there's like 1,000 spiders within 20 feet of you. Yeah.
Her mom did not help the cause of the fear of spiders. That's for sure.
Well, she says she's never shared that with her
like
son. I don't have to have
leveled
this fear.
up fear.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing for for parents to say, "Don't swallow your chewing gum; it's going to stay
Okay.
in your system forever."
All right, Randy said broccoli.
His irrational fear is
Randy.
broccoli. I love it.
It's not harmful. It's so good for you.
Jenny said, "I'm really afraid of potluck food. I'll make something and only eat what I bring. I don't know how sanitary people's kitchens are, if they have pets, etc. I will eat any fast food, please, but
Place.
I'm sorry, eat at any fast food place, but no home food."
Interesting.
I see from other people. All right, Karen
Jenny,
said,
so don't invite Jenny to a potluck. Okay.
right, or just expect her to only eat what she brought.
That's true. Don't not invite her. That was rude. Invite
Karen
her.
is irrational fear. She says is bird aviaries.
Where there's like the places where you, yes, I
Okay.
agree with
Which is
that.
similar to
Mine,
Debbie.
butterflies too. Like I don't like to go into the Pacific
butterfly
Science
house?
Center
Oh, that's
butterfly
so
thing.
cool.
Butterflies flying all around, landing on you. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
What
so
is?
scary, those butterflies.
Oh, Debbie's similar. Moths. Okay.
They can't hurt you, but they fly on your face. and freak me
Amen,
out.
sister. Amen to that.
That's kind of true. Corey, you had mentioned this. Corey says, I don't like driving over bridges. I don't like waiting under bridges and traffic either. Maybe something happened to me in my former life. A bridge thing.
Marilyn said MRIs.
That's a claustrophobic thing as well.
It
I don't have
is.
an issue with MRIs. You just put your headphones
Oh,
on.
Tiger said losing my wife. My wife Shannon's is being in the ocean and sharks.
Okay, so
His
Tiger
is
says
losing his wife.
that's really
Aw.
sweet, Tiger. Jody says open water. Not unusual.
Interesting.
Corey chimed in again with spiders too. Lordy, I hate those 8-legged freaks of nature. We need
Yes.
them. We need them.
To what? Freak us out?
No, they do good things.
Andrea said, I never, ever want to drive behind a semi-truck carrying logs. Thanks to Final Destination.
Oh, I never saw the movie, but I think I know what happens. Well, I actually...
I don't like doing that either. I will get into another lane or try to pass because if they all fell out, you're donezo.
There was a teacher when I was in junior high school that was actually... I'm going to share this. Was not killed, but was injured because he was driving behind a car carrier truck and a car came off. We all think, what's keeping them from falling off? Well, in this case, it did fall off. But that was many years ago. I'm sure that the safety measures are much better now. Steven, never having cupcakes again. He also says open water, too.
Never. He does love himself some cupcakes.
Right. Amanda,
Every
every time I get large body of water, it's sharks. I hear the Jaws soundtrack in my head.
Laurel says, seriously, when I get up at night, I don't turn on the lights to go potty. I look in the toilet. I don't turn on the lights?
When I get up at night, when I get up in the night and don't turn on the light to go potty, I look in the toilet and I'm paranoid for a rat or a mouse to be in my toilet.
We talked about that yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Or
We
maybe
talk about
some.
the rattiest city.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They're coming in the
coming up the toilets.
Yeah.
Dave says sharks, no crocodiles.
No, it's quicksand. Oh, he's got a few.
Oh,
He's like,
sharks, no crocodiles, no,
it's
quicksand.
All those things. And finally, Maya, she has several. Let's go.
Okay, she's afraid of driving near logging trucks because I think of the logs will
go.
fall on me. I also have a fear that I'll be caught in a landslide. The fear of driving under bridges or in tunnels because I'm claustrophobic.
Right.
No,
I catastrophize. What a word. That we'll have an earthquake and the bridge or tunnel will collapse. I actually dated...
These are just to name a few.
I actually dated
She's got
someone
more.
in college that walking over bridges, any bridge. I mean, obviously you could think of tall bridges, but on campus there's a lot of would like cling to me like this. Just hold on, because
they didn't like bridges.
And you can't say to people.
I wonder what causes that, right? Like I think
irrational.
one of the people said, like in your former life, did something happen to you?
Right. Or your mom tells you that spiders always travel in pairs. So if you see one, there's another one on you.
Come
somewhere.
on.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
Oh, geez, that could be a prompt. Like, what fear or like what did what's something your parents like
lied to you about, basically?
Planted in your brain.
Right. That may not be
that
a
you
lie,
know is not true.
Yeah, I've still got, I think we've still got a few.
I love this local story.
Yes, this is a fun one. Go for it.
In Snohomish, Washington. So Curt and I broadcast from a suburb in Seattle.
Although technically we are both in Snohomish County.
Right.
Right, Snohomish County.
But the city of Snohomish has this small coffee stand that has gone viral.
Right. This is Grounds Coffee Company on Broadway Avenue in Snohomish. Grounds Coffee Company.
Yes. And they have this menu of seasonal drinks that are so fun, and it's creating a buzz. In fact, there's a gal that went to Monroe High School, is now living in Idaho, came back, visited this coffee stand, did a video on it, and that's where this went viral. And now the line to get one of these coffee beverages is hours long.
Yeah. They're basically, although they're having a problem because they're selling out of everything. So here's the deal. They posted this TikTok post showing these fancy drinks at this coffee place, and it went viral. And what she said about this is Anna, I guess.
Well, that's the person from Monroe.
Right. I posted it, did not anticipate the reaction that I got. Said I'd be getting people saying, I'm seeing this all the way from Ohio. That's where, when it goes viral, it goes everywhere.
Yeah,
so anyway,
that's awesome.
The TikTok video showed her and her family ordering one of Ground's popular spooky seasonal drinks.
Complete with gummy worms, crushed Oreos, and homemade whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
There's so some of them are called Dracula's Bride, Eyeball Punch, Hocus Pocus, and it's featuring candy with like Pop Rocks and raspberry sauces, blood drizzle.
Nice.
I mean, it's so fun.
Nice. So
I want to go there.
The people that run the stand said, we've had this stand for 8 years, and honestly, I used to be the only employee. When you're bored, your creativity comes out of it. So that's maybe where they made the drinks.
No, that's how it came about. They're like, there's so many coffee stands, especially around here, that you need to do something different to stand out. And this was her different, and it paid off, and it's awesome.
She said, we decided to boycott boring beverages.
I love it. I love it so much, and I love when great things happen like this, even though it's crazy town for them.
Trying to meet
because
demand.
of it. It's still so great. So good for them, and I'm excited to try to go.
Are we going to send them more business again?
Yeah.
That is Grounds Coffee Company on Broadway in Snohomish.
Makes my heart happy.
Go check them out.
Yeah.
And enjoy some great coffee and Bloody Drizzle, right?
Yeah.
The Bloody Drizzle as well.
Raspberry sauce. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go.
Things everyone experiences when they've become an adult, but no one talks about. It's there's that hashtag adulting trend that's going on. I always say that now. I'm hashtag adulting.
Okay.
It's where 20-somethings struggle to become or come to terms with the fact that they need to do their taxes or wash their underwear.
Wait. Are you a 20-something?
No, I'm not a 20-something. But
that's what I think this is about. Is like, now they're an adult, so they have
no. This is for sure. This is experiences that when you become an adult happen to you, but no one really talks about it. Okay. Like, for instance, you got to get up early for work. Mm-hmm. It's like the adult. What's to say? I've got to be up early for work is the adult version of saying, my mom said no. This is all in fun and games. It's things that people commented on this post that was on.
I'm
online.
adulting now. Nobody talks about the fact that the kitchen always needs to be clean. It doesn't matter if you get takeout or if you're gone all day. You will be cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah, even with takeout, there's still going to be some dishes.
Right.
You get irrationally upset when they rearrange the grocery store.
You know what? I wonder if that's somebody's irrational fear. You go to the grocery store. My mother-in-law will come back, and according to her, the QFC in Mukilteo changes their store layout every month.
I'm telling you, that's the thing, because you like to go in and get your stuff and get out. And when they switch things around, forget about it.
How about your adulting when your morning routine now includes 10 minutes of sitting in your bed thinking about how tired you are? Isn't that called hitting the snooze?
I do that.
Sitting in your bed.
You have a favorite go-to stove top burner? I do.
I usually use the same one as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Well, it's actually the closest to where the pans
I think
are.
so. I think there's something to that.
And it doesn't get all of them dirty and grimy and gross or whatever the case. How about, this is you, Jen. Adulting is you whisper, what the F to yourself 96 times a day.
That's hashtag truth.
Yes.
I
actually hear you do it. We're doing show prep and she's like, what the F? Oh.
Chores are not done entirely in one session. So it's like washing 30 minutes, drying 60 minutes, put away 7 to 10 business days. That's true in my house too.
Yeah, we do have a big pile of clothes, but you go, okay, I know where my clothes are. They're right there.
I know. It's terrible though.
How about you're constantly toggling between wondering if it's too late to drink coffee and if it's too early to drink alcohol? All right. One
Those
more.
are just some fun ones. Oh, you're going to do one more?
When you're 20, 15 people could turn up at your house at any moment. When you're 30, it literally takes 2 months of planning to see one friend.
That's funny. That's true too.
I do like that one. All right, so there you go. Adulting things that we don't talk
Wait,
about.
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
When
What?
you're a little kid, all adults seem like they're the same age. And when you're an adult, all little kids seem like they're the same age.
True. I jokingly will say,
It's a fun list.
well, I think the kids think I'm having fun with them because I'll say, hey, like you're meeting with the parents. Maybe they're walking and they're like, hey, how old are you? 7? And they're like, I'm 14. And they think I'm kidding around, but I actually thought they were 7.
You lose kind of track. That's funny.
All right. How about this?
That's fun. That was fun. I like the ending on that. But here's what we're really ending on. The question of the day. The Curt and Jen's podcast question of the day.
Long name.
That we will talk about tomorrow.
What was your favorite magazine as a kid? Jen?
Mine was Highlights. And then as I got a little older, because I loved going to the dentist office. Highlights was always in the dentist office.
Right.
Then when I got a little older, it was
Tiger Beat?
17.
Oh, 17.
17.
Was Tiger Beat?
There's like Tiger Beat. There's
Is
Teen
that still
Beat.
around?
I think it might be.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, are there even magazines?
That's a good point.
I don't even
this
know.
whole question is making us sound like we're old. What was your favorite? Well, you know what? You didn't have a choice when you were a kid. I mean, some people, if they were born, remember we found out yesterday, you're old if you were born in the 1900s.
People, I know you have your favorite magazine.
From when
Just
you were
let
a
us know
kid.
when it was. It's good. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that one. I love that one too.
I think I read Reader's Digest because it was there.
Oh, my mom had Reader's Digest.
I don't.
The little, I mean, I liked that it was so mini, right? Because it was a
Yeah.
mini version of a magazine and it had some fun features in
And it felt like it was a grown-up thing to do.
Yeah.
Was reading the Reader's
That's
Digest. But
funny.
I don't know I subscribed
All
to any
right.
magazines.
So we're going to put that on social media. We're going to put it on I'm going to try posting it up both on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you don't already follow us, please do. Curt and Jen in the Morning on both Instagram, Facebook. And then answer that question.
You have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Have a
appreciate
great
it.
Thursday.
Enjoy it. Friday Eve, right?
Yeah, thanks for letting us be part of it. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness.